Cora is probably the worst actor. And it's not because she's a woman, okay? I'm not a sexist.
Pretty woman!
I'm gonna blow.
Oh, jeez. You?
Mind, gutter, get out, okay?
Okay.
I love Lupita. She is wonderful. But that A Quiet Place, was garbage. I'm sorry.
I want to agree with you, but not.
Well,
But anyway, tomorrow is payday. Let's go. Let's get it.
It took a year.
A
but
year?
hear me out, right?
how much do you think kids should get as pocket money?
I mean, it's crazy. It's not. I'm sorry.
Why is it not crazy? I don't get it.
I'm just saying.
When does our house start feeling like home? Because it even took
If
a
they
while.
start feeling like home.
For me, they in English. Sure, how do you say that in English? I know as a guy, you're not supposed to be like. Oh my god, just stop. You're not supposed to do that.
Oh my god.
But it happened today.
What? Who? Where?
It was another man. So.
Ew, no, what?
Let me explain. So I started watching the other Avatar one. It's actually not that bad. It's quite good actually.
One thing I know is it's better than any.
Oh no, that was stupid.
But that was garbage.
The
Stupid.
movie was
Stupid is an understatement, bro.
Can I tell you what they did wrong? Or they did many things wrong.
Oh, Lord.
Angie was one of them. But the other thing they did wrong, right? Was they made like like how when they bend something, they do like a motion like yeah, then it bends, right? The movie you had to do like 20 motions to get anything to move. And it's like, how is that a martial art? You know what I mean? At least in the series, they just move and the air, the water, the whatever would move naturally with their body movements. And it's not like, that was so stupid. Like, I was so disappointed.
I don't even think that's a problem of only low budget. It was also the actors, everything.
Yeah.
And
I heard they're making another one, though. Another animated one. After Korra. We finished Korra, right? Yeah. Making another one. Where apparently Korra has thrown the world into turmoil. I've never really liked Korra, to be honest.
to be honest,
Korra is probably the worst Avatar. And it's not because she's a woman, okay? I'm not a sexist.
pretty woman. I don't know.
Baby, say something so I don't sound like a sexist.
I feel like Angie
No.
set a pretty high standard.
You did.
And to be comparing Korra to Aang or any of Aang's crew is.
But the thing is, right? You can make a good storyline.
But to be honest, I feel like with Korra, right? They just made it too. You know how with Aang they made it. There were emotions. There was his crush for Kitara and stuff like that, and it was cute and it was realized later and it wasn't too obvious, but it was obvious
series.
to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just made it into like a
Can I tell you something they did wrong with
love
Korra?
story.
What they did wrong with Korra, right?
Not even a good one.
Is with the Airbender, there was one bad guy who he fought throughout the series and then defeated at the end. With Korra, there were 4 different bad guys for every season. So it almost felt disjointed. You know what I mean? Where it's like the story, we're fighting one bad, it ends. Then, now it's another, and it ends. And another, and it ends. It's like, I get it. Probably that's how real life works. But I feel like if they had really developed one of the bad guys' characters and really brought it up to a climax
Pushed it
where,
up, yeah.
you know, where like she wins at the end by whatever, right? I would have been like, oh, great. And it always felt like every time she won by technicality. You know
Not
what I
really
mean?
because she was a good avatar.
Not because she was a good avatar. Like the first one, the first season is where she loses all her bending to that Zaire guy who could stop people bending, whatever, right? And then at the end of it, she's crying at the edge of a mountain, and then Aang shows up for whatever, because she had lost connection with all of them, and then Aang shows up for no reason. I'm like, okay, why is he here? Like you said, you lost connection, right? And then for no reason,
It was pretty confusing, to be honest.
for no reason, the rest just come back. I'm like, why? There has to be an explanation. Oh, fine. Then the next one with the spirit bender guy.
If it gets cold, I'm not putting it in.
Yeah, man, babe, I'm passionate, bro. I'm talking about Avatar here.
I'm just saying.
You tapped on my Avatar nerve. I gotta say something.
No, you're actually very right here about all of that.
Yeah.
To be honest, I just thought that it didn't hit so hard for me because I was comparing it to Aang, which was not fair because that's the best anime ever made. Excuse you. And also, like,
someone will fight you about that.
yeah, because also, like, I've not watched a lot of anime, just the ones that you watch, but I'm open to have someone go like, oh, these are some recommendations that you can, like, measure that to, I guess.
There's one I'm always hearing the guys from Shits and Gigs talk about. It's called something Titans, Return of the Titans. That's not the name. It's called Attack of the Titans, I think it's called. Apparently it's amazing, but it's on Crunchyroll, which is another subscription, and I don't want to do another subscription. I have enough subscriptions.
No thanks.
Yeah. I have enough subscriptions.
What? And also, I feel like they didn't do justice to the continuation or to the rip-up of Kitara and them stories. They just touched on random parts, and I don't know if it was a strategy for us to stay,
I feel
but
like
and
if
then
they
they'll
did that-
drag it.
If they did that, it would have become a Korra. You get what I mean? What we want, I think, with every avatar is to look at like the best bad guy they fought and then tell us that story. Really work that story for 4 seasons. Epic, right? But it's like, imagine, like even when we find out about Korra, we find that Aang did fight with some other minor villains, you know, Zahir's father and da-da-da-da. Sure. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Aang even fought with the Fire Lord, not Aang, the previous avatar, fought with the Fire Lord and he wanted to attack everyone. You will meet your bad guy, your irregular bad guys. But that's one big bad guy. Tell us that story. And then the rest we don't really care about. You can just be lore. But no, he then died. You tell us about that in the next one. He then died when he fought this one or this happened. You know what I mean? Sure. But it's like if they apparently they want to release a movie with Aang when he was a bit older, an animated movie. I'm like, okay, fine, that's cool.
They're trying to eat as much as they can from
Yeah,
the
they're
franchise.
trying to drag out as
But
much as
then
they can.
that's when people start making garbage, right?
Yeah.
Like, fine, make it, but it has to be top tier.
Matrix 4. Garbage.
I don't even remember what happened there.
It was so bad. It was nostalgia fest, right?
I just felt like I was just happy to see. Was Kiana? Keanu Reeves?
They could have done so much better, honestly.
Don't shoot me. I feel like they're also dragging John Wick the same way.
They did, but didn't it end now?
The 4th one was the last one?
I think so.
Okay.
But even that one, I felt like
That's what I mean. Like,
the first 2 were.
I think
I feel like the first one was glorious.
it was everything.
Then they're like, right, franchise time, right?
Ta-da!
We need it for 4 more movies. It's like
I feel like the first 3 were epic. It's just
Don't Shoot Me.
Don't shoot me.
I love Lupita. She is wonderful. But that
But
A Quiet Place,
Quiet Place?
was
No.
garbage. I'm
No.
sorry.
She is amazing. Quiet Place?
Nah. They shouldn't have rebooted that one. The first two were great. They should have left it
The
there.
third one? Nah.
Yeah.
I might not understand the business of these companies and stuff. Do you think like sometimes they do these things just to
It's money making.
find money making? But like I feel like some people in like don't shoot me. Tyler Perry keeps producing movies just to. I know there's a demographic for
There's a
them.
market for it, yeah.
It's not as big as like cinema level. That's why some of them then like push them to Netflix and these places, right? Because they're like stick and get my money.
But there's lots of money in that. Eh? Like, Dave Chappelle made several millions by just doing a couple of stand-up comedy specials, right? It's like these studios will make a series or whatever, or a movie, and then go to the networks and be like, hey, they'll either go with the concept or they'll go with the finished movie or series and say, hey, we've got this, do you want to buy it from us? And the networks will buy it for a couple of millions. They make their money, right? So there is money in that ecosystem.
Market, yeah.
There's money in that ecosystem. But it's just, I feel like the problem with it is like Netflix has to be full of content. So sometimes even when the content is horrible, like it's not something I would watch normally, right? But because they need to say, oh, we've got more than 10,000 titles, or you need to have something you can always watch. They need to always be adding content. They just buy whatever. You buy like some of the stuff, you're like, I would never watch this, right? Who is watching this? But it's there.
But anyway, tomorrow is payday. Let's go.
Get it, get it.
Let's get it, get it! Let's get it Friday!
You know what's funny? Most of my money is going into the savings, and I'm gonna be left with $13. You know what that $13
Why are
is
you
for?
excited, bro?
It's for next week's fish and chips.
Why are
Or
you
the week that I
excited?
decide, oh my god, I really want to buy fish and chips at work.
I have nothing on my buy schedule right now, but that might change any day.
Ah, you're just unpredictable.
Baby, I am not, especially if I've convinced, like, I really want this. I'm not going to
You're
hold
a
it.
problem.
I'm just going to buy it. Because I'm just like, why? Dude, that's what the splurge fund is for.
I am not, just by the way, I'm not punishing myself.
I'm not saying you are.
I am just working towards a goal.
You are.
And right now I don't want anything.
And I support you
Thank you.
like a good husband supposed to.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. But I am going to spoil myself.
Have fun. You know the fact that we get our salaries when we get our salaries? It almost feels like it's not a full month, but it is. I don't want to put dates out there, but you know what I mean? And my salary doesn't, like, from the work that I do at work,
Yeah.
doesn't feel like my salary anymore, because my salary comes when splurge comes in.
Yeah.
That's my real life salary.
Yeah, hey, but it's a technically it's not, right? Because it's the money goes into family accounts. So
Yeah, I
this
get
is the
it, but you know
definition
what I
of
mean.
working for the family.
Yeah.
So, alright. So my colleague was talking about it at work. Was like, yeah, when money comes in, I put money in her account, my account, the kids. So it's like I would love to do that as well at some point, where we put like the kids' pocket money into their accounts. Like they also know go to payday, you know.
Yeah.
Payday comes
Money,
this day.
money.
How much, like looking at a country like New Zealand, where we are now, how much do you think kids should get as pocket money? Let's also consider age, and then can go up. Or should kids get pocket money?
I think kids should start getting pocket money in high school.
In high school.
And yes, and primary school. Like, I love how my friend does it with her kids.
Yeah.
You go for park run, you run a lap, you get pocket money.
But they're in primary school.
Sorry?
They're in primary school.
Exactly. Like,
So it's a reward.
Like in primary school, I feel like it's like you do chores, you do this chore of yours, you make your bed, you get $10 or whatever, right? And it's like it's the time that you're using to drill down.
But can't that get toxic?
It can, but
Because
you
it's
also
almost
as a
like
parent.
it's like, hey, make your bed, $10.
No,
No.
no, I'm just giving examples of where
Yeah.
you can do that. But like,
Yeah.
there are things like make your bed, $10. Help me with the car. They don't have to
Give me
help.
$10.
No, they don't have to help you wash the cars, right? But if you want to help me, right? And
You see, but that I don't like that.
I do get what you're saying.
Yeah, because it's like if I say, hey, come help me wash the car, I am your father, all right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get into negotiations to try to get money out of me. It's a yes, dad. You get what I mean? Help me wash the car. But it's like I seen this done once that I thought was very good, where everyone, like, you start the month with your pocket. Let's say the pocket money is $30 per month, right? You start with your $30. Every time you do something and you make an infringement, we even define what those infringements are. You don't make your bed, you don't clean your room, you don't whatever. You don't clear the table after eating. Every time you don't do that, we deduct $1 from your next payday. So your next payday might come and you might be in debt.
So you're
Where
not
you
getting
need to-
for 2 months.
Or you need to pay back. Or your payday might come and you're only getting $30.
Yeah.
You're getting your $30 because you've been good. You get what I mean?
You've been good, or you've been doing.
You've been doing what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? If you miss something, you get $1 removed. You get whatever is left at the end of it, which I think is a good way of teaching a discipline of you're not entitled to this money. This money is a gift from us. And because it's a gift from us, if you're not behaving well, it can be taken away.
Yeah.
Right? Of course, we can offer bonuses here and there. Like, hey, if you guys, let's go for a hike. If you come with us on a hike, we'll give you an extra $5. Like, just to encourage them to do stuff that they don't like doing, but we know it's good for them. Sure. But I don't want it to be I'll do this for you, but you have to pay me. No, bro, you're not my employee. I'm not your boss. I'm your parent.
Okay, parent.
Yes.
Oh,
Very fast.
for these and many other blessings which we thankful. Amen. This looks like the amount of food. But we shall do.
Okay.
I hope it tastes nice.
Tastes good, actually. Yep.
I'm really glad my flu symptoms and stuff have gone down.
That's good. Can we admit why this is the case?
No, that's
No.
not the case.
Oh, I wasn't forcing medicine down your throat last night, huh?
Yeah.
Take your medicine, bro. Jesus. Yeah.
My day was cool. Office doesn't have a lot of people right now. I know. Wait. I'm gonna wait too.
Yeah. I'm gonna blow.
Oh, jeez. You.
Mind, data, get out, okay?
Okay. My day.
Your day, yeah. Let's go.
Back to my day.
Yeah.
It was alright. There are not a lot of people in the office right now, but potato. It was okay. It was good. I just love how I handled a certain situation, like badass. Like there's a situation where I feel like previously I would have crushed and just curled up in a circle in a corner. But today I was like, yeah, how about we reflect and give ourselves feedback and talk to someone about it, and just how can you do better next time, and I have this also one of the best co-workers, and we just spoke about it, and she gave me so much insight and stuff, and it was all good. And then yeah, the day just continued so normal. It was just another normal day at the office. Yeah, and I was laughing at how I remembered things that I want to talk to you about when I'm going to work and when I'm at the office more than when I'm here. I'm just mesmerized by your face, I guess. And I just like looking at you and I forget everything.
Anyway, I was telling you.
This is actually tasty.
What's very good? I was telling you, Kuti, during the conference today, they spoke about like their frustrations, like how New Zealand has it's losing a lot of its workers to Australia and the UK and the States and whatever, right? And they're having the same problem. And so it's interesting because, in most countries, the problem is like the government. The government is like limiting how people can come in or whatever, or like the employers are not employing or whatever. Even before, I told you, Kuti, these guys here are the problem, and it's the middlemen, right? So before, when like I would apply for work, for finance work or whatever, right? The problem was the agents. The recruiters, right? Because they would literally gatekeep the jobs. And I found out today that actually the problem another problem are the boards. So like when you want to be when you want to come practice medicine here, you have to register with the board, or you want to do electricity work, or you want to do social worker like you or whatever, right? You have to register with the board, and then once you registered with the board, is when then the companies can give you a job. Then you can. It's only then that they'll give you a visa. But the boards are the ones that are blocking everything.
I want to agree with you, but not.
Well,
I feel like the boards are doing the Lord's work.
Dude, how long did your registration take?
It took a year.
A
but
year?
Hear me out, right? In countries like these, if you were to let just anybody come in, because I'm with you, because it takes time and it can be frustrating because sometimes there's no communication and stuff like that, and sometimes it's like intentional thing to gatekeep and stuff.
And even if the boards do say they do give you the registration, it doesn't mean you're coming, because you still have to get the job, right? But it's like you can't get the job until the board does its thing. So it's like if the companies don't want new people, then the boards can give out as many registrations as they want, and the people just won't come to the country, right? That's not an issue. But it's like the boards are the ones that are stifling even the industry now, because the industry can't get people in because they're not registering people fast enough. They take 6 months to a year just to process your papers. Not because and that's when you've submitted everything. It's not even like there's something missing or whatever. 6 months to a year, which is And I know we're not the only country that does that, but it's like, it's crazy.
For me, it's crazy and it's not. I'm sorry.
Why is it not crazy? I don't get it.
I'm just like, they want to keep jobs for like the citizens that are already here.
But the citizens aren't being blocked by if the social work board today, right? They say they have a backlog of 10,000 people. They say, okay, everyone today, 10,000 of you, social workers, done, right? A New Zealand company would sooner hire someone local than hire someone from overseas. Why? Because they run the risk of the person actually not coming after they've gone through the entire process. They for a number of these jobs, they have to pay for them to come here and settle in. They have to assist with their families to come here. There is a risk of them not fitting in because of culture differences. So the company runs a risk by getting people who are outside the country. So it is a secondary. It's something they only do when there's like, we cannot find anyone local to do this. Or they were telling me about how they sent out a job application or a position opening the other day, not even the other day, 3 weeks ago, and they had 3 applicants, of which 2 don't even qualify. So it's like we're left with 1 person to assess, and that's not
a good measure.
That's not a good pool. Doesn't make sense, right? So it's like in situations like that, where it's like they actually aren't people in the country because the person has to get a job first before they are given a visa, right? So it's like a company is not going to go to the trouble of getting someone from outside overseas when there's someone who's local. They'll only do that when there's like hakuna vanu. So now if the boards have people in pool that are already certified and ready, the company can go and say, well, okay, board, we need someone who's got these qualifications. Oh, we have someone from the Philippines, from South Africa, from wherever, who has registered with us, who has those qualifications. Okay, here you go. The company can then start conversations, bring them in, right? But it's like the people that are delaying the whole process, which now companies are left without people to do work. Like we're having to turn down contracts because we don't have enough. We cannot guarantee that we'll have enough labor to do this work when the contract comes online.
That's crazy.
And it's like what it's doing now, it's a stifling industry.
Yeah.
The company can't grow. But it's like the reason that's happening is the boards. It's not the government. The government processes visas 2 weeks, easy. They avanetsi. They in English. Sure, how do you say that in English?
They give you no problems?
They're not problematic, right?
Yeah.
They process quick. But it's like the boards, the regulators who are supposed to certify you that you actually know how to do this job, this work, are the ones that are taking 6 months to a year to process. And that's delaying everything.
That's crazy. Oh.
Because I know in South Africa, the issue is the government. The process takes forever, right? In most countries, the issue is the government because they'll sit on your application or they'll process for a long time, whatever. Here, specifically, I think it's the same issue with Australia as well. Maybe even the UK. Because your friend was trying to register with social work, they just took forever to do it.
The UK didn't take forever.
It didn't take long.
It's the job that's taking forever.
Okay, so maybe the UK is the job market. But here, it's not the job market. The job market needs people because people are leaving. We're seeing on the news every day how we have
But is that a true reflection of what's really happening?
It is. So what's interesting is so my 2 fellow, so I was speaking to a lot of coworkers at the conference, right? And a lot of them who are here, I always ask them, why didn't you go to Australia? One of them said, I actually did for like 4 years with my wife, but as soon as we got pregnant, we moved back because where they were staying is not very family friendly. And New Zealand is just a lot more family friendly.
I saw something like that on the internet a day or 2 ago. Why people come back to New Zealand from Australia?
Yeah, but it's like if you're young, especially you're just graduated, you're about to get your first job, your best prospects are to go across the pond to Australia, right? There are more jobs. You get paid at least 10% more, and the cost of living is at least 10% less there than here. So at the end of the day, you can save more. You're making more money. So if you're not planning to have a family, you're not planning to have kids, people just go, right? So it means that the people that we're left with are the people who are like the elderly, like who are quite old, or they've gotten the age where they've settled down, they're having kids, so 30s, 40s, and this middle gap, there are very few people left because they leave because better prospects, right? But it's like, and I feel like I don't know how they're gonna fix it because I saw Christopher Luxon, the Prime Minister as well, on TikTok saying they've relaxed something so they can get more doctors into doctoring, but it's forcing them to do a lot more of these things because, and I feel like if they just fixed the boards to make them more efficient, right? You get what I mean? Like, fine, make it more expensive. Fine, bring in more staff. But it's like, make it more efficient. You know what I mean? If someone is qualified, and they are qualified, when they're applying around to many places. And if it takes the Canadians 3 months to process my papers, and you guys are taking a year, by the time you're finished, I'm already in Canada. So it's like, it's reducing the attractiveness of New Zealand to a lot of professionals because it just takes forever to be certified. So they just don't do it. Like, my advice to people who want to come here is, before you even start applying for any job, find out what the board is and start a process register with them. Because once you have that, the people here want immigrants, they want the labor. But the board is the problem, and they take the longest time.
Forever.
What are we
Oh
doing
my god,
tonight?
I can't stop thinking about what next Lego set I'm gonna get and when.
Which one are you getting next?
I'm not sure, but something in the hundreds of dollars.
Oh, you're gonna go to hundreds now.
I want something like... This was very fast.
Like, it didn't take a long time to do.
No.
Don't you want to go up slowly?
I do want to go up slowly, but this was too fast.
This was $25, I'm sure. Maybe go to 40, $50 now. I'm sure it's like a lot bigger.
Yeah. I'm sure I can get something for that price. Excuse me.
I want that Formula One car, and I'm gonna put it on a frame.
I don't think it's $2 plus.
It's probably $200. I'm gonna put it on a frame. I'm gonna light the frame just like that TikTok. And I'm gonna hang it in my office.
Oh my god, that was so cool.
Oh, bro. I need that in my life.
I do love the camera though. I love this design better than all the other designs that it came with.
I actually thought you were gonna do the camcorder.
I thought I was gonna do the camcorder as well, but I was like, just wanted to be like obviously a camera. But you know, I can buy another one, the camera, and do a camcorder, and it's like $25. Get the best of both worlds.
Why not?
I would like, my vision would be like to put it on a shelf in the office that goes from way down there to up there and start a collection.
You've got a shelf. What are we doing this weekend?
We're going to Cuba Dupa.
Weekend, baby, not date night.
Yeah, Cuba Dupa.
The weekend.
Yes, it's on Saturday and Sunday.
So what's for date night? I thought Cuba Dupa was like a restaurant.
No, it's like a festival in Wellington. So like, it's like
What happens there?
it's like I don't know if you've ever seen those Caribbean.
Or would they be like those dancers?
It's a mixture of cultures and people and food and music and all that. So pretty excited.
It's on Saturday.
It's on Saturday and Sunday, but we're gonna go on Saturday.
What time? I hope it doesn't rain. What time does it
I
run
hope
for?
it doesn't rain because we're taking the train.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Because parking would be a nightmare.
Yeah,
Because apparently everybody goes there.
Yeah, we can't drive there at all.
No, it'll be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Even the trains. Oh, I hope they don't replace the trains with the buses. Ah,
I don't
hate the buses.
I have never gone into town all the way with a train yet. Last time we tried that,
they gave us
switched
a
into
bus.
a bus, yeah.
I hope they don't. It's so beautiful in the train. Trust me, like the whole
By the
ocean.
ocean,
Oh, it's so immaculate.
yeah. And let's hope the weather's good. We can do that.
Yeah, we can do that. If it's horrible, ish. One
And
thing about me.
I know your ulterior motive is you also want to go to the Lego store there.
Oh my god.
I know. But we can do that.
Oh, I hate that you know me so well, but I love it too. I'm so excited. This weekend is gonna be amazing. I don't even know what we're doing for date night tomorrow. What were you thinking? Yeah, do you have thoughts? Yeah, you can't have thoughts. It's my time to plan.
Yeah. I was thinking, I love this hobby for you. I would love to do it, but I don't think I should. I already have a pretty big hobby, which I am falling behind on. Not falling behind, but I've got right now I have 3 projects.
Yeah.
4 projects that are just in limbo, waiting for me to do to fix them. So it's just like, no, dude, when will you find time to do that?
Hey, I'm happy to have investors. I'm not.
Best I can do is record one of your works for my channel. But
You can work with me
sure.
on one of my things.
Sure.
When I buy that Avengers thing, when
Picture of the
I
tower.
buy it, world stop.
Yeah.
Carry on.
You see, with Lego, I'm not interested in the cartoons things. You know what I mean? I'm interested more in the models. Yeah. Like the F1 car or the cars, that G-Wagon, or just a model of something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'll be interested
I
in.
like architecture. I like Marvel. Duh. I
think I saw someone build that Marvel tower
Tower?
on TikTok. Yeah,
I
it's
like.
very involved.
I've seen people do flowers. I'm not the biggest fan of flowers.
Yeah, I get that. It's a bit weird though.
It's not
Lego-
weird if you like
Lego.
them.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh, they're really
Lego
pretty, and
flowers.
they're like. I feel like I feel like they're better than fake flowers. They're just they're so nice. The only Lego flowers I'll buy are the roses, red roses.
Yeah.
If not that, I'm not gonna buy flowers.
Yeah.
I like the architecture. I don't know about the cars. And I like Marvel characters, and I like these quirky, nice characters, people, places.
Yep.
Flowers, no. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Cars, not really.
I remember something. I know as a guy, you're not supposed to be oh my God, just stop. You're not supposed to do that.
Oh my god.
But it happened today.
What? Who? Where?
It was another man. So
Ew, no, what?
let me explain. So yesterday we were playing at the conference thing, we were playing bingo, right? And they had this thing called table bingo. And they were they'll say something like, hey, if you can speak 2 languages on your table, stand up. Or they'll say a thing, right? So one of the things they said was, if you think you're wearing the nicest sneakers, stand up. So I was like,
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, my sneakers are nice, but I don't think they're the nicest ones here.
Yeah.
So I didn't stand up. So I just stood down. Then today, when we were doing tea break, some guy came to you and is like, I was so surprised yesterday when they said nicer sneakers and you didn't stand up. I thought your sneakers were so nice. They were probably the best ones. I was eyeing them the whole day. And I was like, oh, bro. Oh, my God.
Oh, jeez.
I was just being humble. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Which sneakers were you wearing?
I was wearing the blue ones, the Nike Airs. The blue and white ones.
Oh, the blue and white. Oh, those are clean.
Yeah. Then I was just like, oh my God. Oh, don't do that. Oh my God.
Oh, God.
Nice sneakers, baby. What? We killing.
You have a collection here.
We killing.
It's nice. They are nice.
They're dope.
Just feeling a bit depressed is a big word. I was just feeling a bit homesick, really, and just I haven't been feeling well for a while, and I haven't gotten that checked out. So just wondering if it's in my head, and
So if you could,
I felt like a lot was happening at the same time, but just to pinpoint like what exactly.
so is it one of those? If I got your ticket to go home right now, you'd be like, yes.
No,
So
probably,
what are you saying?
probably.
Probably. You'd want to go home.
So this is how my manager put it.
Yep.
She said when you move to a new place, you're for the first,
So you spoke to her about it.
yeah, for the first 6 months, you're still in a rush of getting everything together and putting, oh, we have a house, we have a car, we have this and that, right?
Yep.
Once everything is now in place, then the reality sinks in. Like, shit, I don't have friends here. I don't have, you know what I mean? Yes, I do have my partner, but like life is made up of, and like this place is not familiar and the jokes are not hitting.
Their jokes
Yeah, and she even
are
said,
not great.
I have to be polite. These were her words. Like, sometimes you have to be polite, even and mannered, and you can't be your true self. And
So, and we're kind of hitting our 6 month right now. Do you feel like it's like what she's saying, like it's not hitting home that you're not home? I have to make this work. I feel like, there's a period of time where you sleep in your bed, but you don't feel like it's your bed yet, right?
oh my god,
It's my bed, but it feels like you're sleeping in a hotel almost. And I feel like I'm kind of crossing over that place. So I'm like, yeah, like when your bedroom becomes familiar, where like, yeah, you can walk to the bathroom with your eyes closed. You can figure out your way. I don't even need a light. I know exactly how to get there.
yeah.
I feel like I just got there recently. I don't know. When does our house start feeling like home? Because it even took a while.
Start feeling like home.
For me, I'm not a good judge of that because I'm kind of used to SA. So it's like
it
this.
was really me.
Yeah, I feel like this is for both of us the first time we are experiencing like a new place with no, like for both of us.
Yeah.
Right? So
And I guess,
when did SA start feeling like home?
I think by the time we moved to Forwards, and also when we started like properly connecting with, well, for me, I started really connecting with Noku and like being able to visit her, being able to talk, being able to, and also to be fair, we were 2 minutes from home, and we used to go home quite a lot. So.
Isn't this the longest we spent without actually going home?
Yeah, the longest we
Ever.
spent without going home ever, and without having people from home come to us or see anyone from home. It was very helpful to talk to someone else who's also an immigrant who's been going through the same thing.
Yeah.
It was so nice for him to remind me that, Bel, you're young. You are young, and we're living in Upper Heart full of grown, married people who live like grands,
There are
right?
many old people's homes, yeah.
So stop leaving like a gran. Because I was telling him, I've never had a problem with married people, but the married people that I have here are older married people. But then also my friend from SA is an older married person, but her energy is not. She doesn't treat herself like her age. She's young at heart and she's sporty and all over the place and quirky
Can we just say that she's my friend? Okay.
No, she was your friend.
Oh, so you're still my friend?
No, I didn't. She chose me over you. Yeah, it was nice to have that conversation because a bit of me felt like I couldn't have that conversation with you until I emailed you that and you were vulnerable enough with me to say, because you're always putting up a face like,
but I need to, baby.
oh no, it's all good. Nah, so it leaves. I know you need to, but it also leaves
Because
lesser room for me to come through with like this. Because whenever I bring it up, I'm like, my missus is like, oh yeah, this is home now, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, bro. Because imagine, what is our other option? Our three options, right, are to have to do well here, to be depressed and be here, or to go back home. Now, of these three options, going back home is a non-starter. Unless you have a gold mine waiting somewhere, which we can dig up, sure. But even if that's the case, I don't know if I still want to go back home, right? Because we came here for a very specific purpose and we haven't achieved that yet. Being here and depressed, I don't want that. You know what I mean? So it's like, sometimes when you're having a hard time, I can relate because I'm also kind of having the same hard time almost.
Yeah, but then we need to talk about it because if I come to you and talk about it, and the first response I get is, "Oh, but this is home now, right?" You don't. It's all I'm trying to say is you don't allow yourself to be vulnerable with me when it comes to this subject. This afternoon when I texted to you, when I texted you about it, emailed you about it, is the second time you allowed yourself to be vulnerable with me. Whenever about the subject,
but maybe let's drill down. Do you actually miss the place or you miss the people? Like if those people were here.
I feel like if those people were here, because I thought to myself, I just want to go out for a coffee with a friend and talk about life and not have to worry that I work with this person. But all I'm trying to say is I just want to have an honest and open conversation outside the house. I love you. You're my friend. You're my best friend.
Yep.
But also, I just want other friends to talk to about.
We're doing things that help us make friends. Like we're about to have life group at our house, and we're talking to people at church, and we are taking healthy steps to make good friends. Because I'm like, I think sometimes people get lonely and they do stuff like, well, let me go clubbing, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Because we were going to go clubbing.
Sure, but my thing is, I know people say, church people are snakes. I get that, right? But looking at the broad spectrum of snakes out there, church people are probably the non-venomous ones. You get what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
So it's like, it's a lot harder to make friends, because it's the truth, right? We have had, or we can make friends quite easily. We have had people approach us when we're going on hikes, just being like, hey, let's hang out, whatever, right? But it's like, yeah, I don't know you like that. And fine, this is a way of me getting to know you, but it's like, from the context I've met you, I can't invite you to my house.
Sorry.
At least people from church, it's like, yeah, look, kind of like because of where we met and the premise around how we met, I feel safer inviting you into my house, inviting you into our space.
What I'm also trying to say is I'm trying to be friends with people my age too, or even if they're not my age, they have certain vibe to them.
There are people your age from church. I feel like we pray a lot for partners and boyfriends and husbands, but we don't pray for good friends. I don't think I've ever prayed.
You know, which is weird. Like I was talking with my friend Millicent this weekend about that. Like, hey, if anything, let's pray this year for our friendship. Like, so that we nurture it, so that we grow it and whatever. And I've never in my life spoken to anyone about praying for a friendship. We pray for everything else. We take friendship for granted.
I think so.
And I was listening to a YouTube on Monday after I had that conversation on Sunday, and it was just amazing how this lady just spoke about how we feel like friendships don't matter almost, and we put like so much significance on other relationship like parent child, husband wife, boyfriend girlfriend, and then we actually neglect them. And she was talking about the qualities of a good friend, or how you can keep in tune with your friends and maintain your friendship. And she's like, I'm done with this ghosting culture. If you are going to not be friends with someone, don't cancel culture them. Like, talk to them. Hey, this is what I've noticed, and can we work on it? You try to work on it, it doesn't work. You just don't ghost someone.